like she said, we're not seeking validation. Well, we know that validation is for parking and not people.
I am not here to judge, okay?
Bitches be my soulmates.
Dear Goddess, welcome to the Golden Hour Pod. It's your host, Golden Hoops Writes. As always, I will be dropping some golden gems. Today will be a short show, but as always, we are talking about mindset training, energy alchemy, and femininity. Remember when you were growing up and people would always tell you, I mean, if you had decent people in your life, they would always tell you, yes, you can do whatever you want to do. You just need to work hard for it. And in the name of divine femininity, I'm here to tell all my fellow goddesses and my younger self and any goddesses still in their teenage years, still in their college years. Really, this message is for anybody who isn't tapped in with their inner child. I am here to save your inner child and tell you that you don't need to work hard. And what did working hard really mean for us and to us? We're gonna just have a quick little chat. I think I might go more in depth in this conversation later. But for now, we have these golden gem, bite-sized thoughts that I have for you guys today. So let's get to it. I think the worst advice for a young person is to tell them that they need to work hard for something, or that like life is about hard work. Like, first of all, like that's just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. Like, it's so broad that it could literally be anything. Like, what do you mean I need to work hard? What does that even mean? Like, and also hard work is like subjective. So, what does that even mean? And, you know, when you get into life and you're really like, responsible for your own life, I wouldn't even say that life is hard or it takes hard work. I would say that life takes diligence, it takes consistency, it takes facing yourself, um, and it takes perseverance. Um, but that's kind of on the same track of like, well, if you don't like the word perseverance, then just think of it as like facing yourself and facing your truth and always being honest with yourself. And I think once you have those things in terms of the work life or in terms of like passions, pursuing your passions, that's all there it really is to it. But like hard work, when people say like put in the hard work, like I hate that because it is not a descriptive way to tell somebody how to get somewhere from A to B. And all that these things really require is not that they require hard work, they require patience, they require focus, they require mindfulness and you know just the consistency and persistence in the way of not tapping out, of not copping out, um of not giving up, not giving in, whatever way that you want to put it. Like, it takes discipline, is what it takes. And not just any discipline, it takes self discipline. I was disciplined my whole life growing up, um, disciplined, quote unquote. And I did not know what discipline meant till probably 2 years ago, and I hadn't experienced discipline truly until during that time when I was disciplining myself, and I found discipline in meditation and centering my mind. In meditation, you find discipline because In meditation, at least for me, I like a focal point, and my focal point is always my breath. And I'm always bringing myself back to my breath. And that takes focus and discipline, and also patience, and also grace is a big one, because, and these are all things that you need for life as well, not just meditation. Those are big ones because it teaches you how to adjust your focus, how to let your focus go when it needs to go. You know, when play needs your attention or imagination needs your attention, all your wild ideas need your attention so that you can manifest on them. But then there's always your breath that you come back to, always that stability that you come back to. And I think that's an important lesson in life, is that yes, the goal is to be focused on my breath. Like the goal is whatever the goal is, you know? And practicing engaging with that goal is an accomplishment in itself, because as you practice more and more, it'll become more and more easier to control what you're focusing on, in whether in your meditation or in real life, or in, let's say, in the outer world. But then, and so that's the journey of it all, right? You know, you also have moments where you're not focused. And in meditation, unfocused moments are not bad moments. And that's kind of what life is too. It's like when you're playing and you're having fun, those aren't bad moments, but it's also not the purpose of your life, right? You're not here necessarily to play all the time. I mean, when people play all the time, they lose themselves because they don't have a guiding purpose. Yes, we're here to play, um, but only when that play is guided by a purpose and a target. So I think that really just kind of just kind of blew my mind right now. And yeah, I think those are the type of things that need to be taught to children and youth rather than work hard, because it's so unhelpful. Thank you guys for listening to this week's Golden Hour pod, Golden Gems with Golden Hoops Writes. So I felt like I dropped a lot of gems. What do you guys think? Leave me some comments, leave me some likes, leave me some thumbs down if you weren't vibing with it. And I just really want some feedback. This is one of my first of many episodes. And I know I need structure, y'all. I'm going to structure a little bit more and more as the shows keep going and progress. But I really need to know your feedback and what you felt about this episode, what you felt about the topic. I am probably going to do a follow-up video just to kind of break down some of these gems. But this was my golden gem segment. So this is when I'm just going to be kind of doing my little talks, and these are going to be shorter videos. So in this video, it's going to be less than 10 minutes, and so that's awesome. But if you want me to go more in depth into some of these concepts that I was talking about, then please leave me a comment. Please follow me on all platforms: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And yeah, make sure you subscribe. Now, for our divine affirmations of the day. My divine purpose is drawn towards me easily and abundantly. My divine purpose is guided towards me through my visualizations, my imagination, and my relaxation. I allow my divine purpose, grace, patience, focus, and discipline. So it is. I want to thank you all for making it this far in the content. I so appreciate your divine energy. And I also just wanted to make a little note because I know throughout this I've been saying golden hour. That was the original name of this podcast that I decided 24 hours ago. And honestly, I've been sitting on this podcast for a minute, and I always thought it was going to be called Golden Hour. And what's crazy is that I've had this idea for so long, but I haven't had the mental space to start it. I haven't been in the clear energy to vibe on this plane and frequency, to really just put my intentions and manifestations in this way out there. So with that being said, everything happens for a reason, because now I realized, I was like, why would I name this podcast Golden Hour, even though it matches with my, my brand and all that, when I've been on TikTok and YouTube, or not so much YouTube, but I've been on TikTok and Instagram making content that was Dear Goddess content, and how I was speaking to you all and reaching to you all. And if you don't follow me on those platforms, go follow so you can get you some golden gems. I think I'll just be posting here like once a week to start. So that's where you can really follow some of the just really divine gems that come to me throughout the week. I also just wanted to say that today is a really special podcast, because this is a part of my manifestation of who I'm becoming, who I already am, who I'm embodying. And so, this was my way to throw out to the universe that, yes, this is what I want. This is who I want to be. And this is who I am. And so, with that being said, today's episode was very unstructured, just very like me experimenting. So definitely, I'm definitely looking forward to curating more honed content for you all that just really breaks down a lot of things. So like I said, stay tuned, because I'm definitely going to do a follow-up on some of these topics that I touched on today, because I want to be bringing genuine value to you. I'm not just here to talk and hear myself talk and hold a safe space for myself, but I'm here to hold a safe space for all of you goddesses out there, all of you who are wanting to embody your feminine energy, and you're working on your energy, alchemizing it to the frequency that you would like to reside on, that you already reside on somewhere in time. And, mindset training, keeping our minds resilient and ready. Especially as women of color, especially as a Black woman, especially in the month of February. But honestly, all the time, I love this platform for us, and I envision it to be a safe space. And as always, goddess, protect your energy and vibrate higher. See you next time.